My pigeons, they fly through the air, calling out my rat finks from everywhere. They bring me an umbrella used for melting prison bars. Then I hop on it and fly to the stars.
He's the penguin.
Quack, quack, that's me.
He's the penguin.
Quack, quack, that's me. Hi old chums, I'm Bobby and welcome to Dusty Old Movies. Today we're turning the spotlight on that pompous, waddling master of foul play, Pengy Baby. So, take out your umbrellas and start up your birdmobile as we count down the top 5 Penguin episodes of the 60s Batman. In December of 1941, the Penguin waddled his way into Batman comic books. Batman creator Bob Kane said that he was inspired by Willie the Penguin, the mascot for Cool cigarettes, while the unofficial Batman co-creator Bill Finger said that he was inspired by Emperor penguins, who reminded him of stuffy English gentlemen. Either way, he became a fan favorite, and was a perfect villain for the Batman TV show. Batman producer Bill Dozier offered the part to Mickey Rooney. He turned it down. Spencer Tracy wanted to play the Penguin, but only if he could kill Batman. So, the part went to veteran actor, writer, and director of the stage and screen, Burgess Meredith. However, there was a problem. The Penguin had to smoke, but Burgess had quit smoking 20 years earlier, and the cigarette was making him have to cough. So, instead of ruining the take, he started going quack quack to clear his throat, and that became the signature Penguin noise. The Penguin became one of the most popular and frequent villains on the show. Producers always had a Penguin script ready for whenever Burgess Meredith was available. He would star in 19 Batman episodes and the Batman movie, and here are his best appearances. Number 5 on our countdown is the first season 2-parter, Fine Feathered Finks, The Penguin's a Jinx. The Penguin puts a secret microphone inside an umbrella, which Batman mistakes as a clue. While Batman figures out the Penguin's crime, the Penguin takes notes and commits the crime that Batman plans. This is the first Penguin episode. It's more serious than his later entries, and he really comes across as a dangerous adversary. Don't mess with my umbrella. The Penguin decides to trick Batman into planning his crime for him, because he recognizes how intelligent Batman is. And instead of just dismissing it, he figures out how to take advantage of it, which shows the Penguin's own intelligence. Because it's his first episode, Burgess is still figuring out his character, so he doesn't quack or waddle as much, and gives a more low-key and sinister performance, like when he decides to kill Bruce Wayne, who's a perfect stranger to him. Take him away, my fine feathered finks, and arrange a fatal accident without witnesses. Quack! While not the most action-packed episode, it certainly shows the menace of that brainy bird. Na quack quack! Hey, baby, while number 5 was his first adventure, number 4 is his biggest, baby, his biggest. Batman the movie. The Penguin, Joker, Riddler, and Catwoman kidnap Commodore Schmidlap and steal his dehydration machine in order to take over the world, and the dynamic duo try to stop them. While there are 4 villains, the Penguin is clearly the leader of the group, so it's a Penguin adventure all the way. The movie is like a big version of the TV show, which is why I'm counting it as an episode. It has more action, more comedy, and more gadgets, like the Bat Boat and the Bat Copter. Keeping up with the Batses, the Penguin has a Penguin submarine, jetpack umbrellas, and an exploding shark. Steven Spielberg, eat your heart out. The Penguin bosses around the other villains, which is really fun to see. And in one of the best sequences, he disguises himself as Commodore Schmidlap in order to infiltrate the Batcave. Why, ahoy there! Will you chaps direct me to a policeman? Commodore Schmidlap's a name. Big Ben Distillery, you know. Holy costume party! You're the Penguin! Penguin? Quack, 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 quack! My name is Schmidlap, old boy, Schmidlap! It's a fun and epic Penguin adventure, and the only time that you get to see the 4 main villains work together. Now for our number 3 episode, the first season 2-parter, The Penguin Goes Straight. Poor Liberace. And not yet he ain't. The Penguin pretends to go straight in order to woo the wealthy Sophia Starr, while the dynamic duo try to figure out his ultimate plan. This is the Penguin's second 2-parter, and it retains the same strength of Fine Feathered Finks while actually improving upon it. Once again, the Penguin bides his time and waits to strike, while Batman and Robin try to figure out his crime. But this time, they amp up the action. Eliminate the Batman! Instead of just hanging around his umbrella shop, the Penguin stages it so his henchmen will commit different crimes, and then the Penguin stops them, so that he'll look like a hero in the public's eye. Batman and Robin are more active too. At one point they think that his plan is to steal Sophia Starr's jewels, so in the middle of the night they sneak into her apartment to replace her jewels with fake ones, but the Penguin catches them, and they become fugitives of the law. The build-up has a great payoff too, because we don't know the Penguin's plan until the end. Because Penguin makes his getaway in the Batmobile, the Birdmobile, we also see the only appearance of the Harley-Davidson Batcycle, which will be replaced by the Yamaha one. This episode also has the comic book Penguin motif of him trying to fit into high society by having him court Sophia Starr. But as dapper as he tries to be, ultimately, he's a criminal, and it's not for him. This was all in my grip. This was my oil well. This was my diamond-encrusted can opener. I'm still willing to marry you. Who, me? The Penguin? Married and kept in a bathtub? I still love you, Pengy. I try very hard to reform you. Great heavenly icebergs! Take me to prison! Who wants to get rich through honest means? Bleh! Quack! To the Birdmobile! Well, number 3 was more on the serious side. For number 2, it's Holy Bozo Batman, with the second season 2-parter, His Honor the Penguin, Dishonor the Penguin. In a scheme that would later be used in Batman Returns, the Penguin decides to run for mayor. And because he's the only one who can defeat that tricky bird, Batman runs against him. This episode is a satire on political campaigns, and it is absolutely the funniest episode of Batman. The Penguin's campaign is all about the ballyhoo. He kisses babies, he has huge posters. At his rallies, he gives away free champagne, he has belly dancers, and the real-life band Paul Revere and the Raiders. In fact, the Penguin does everything but go on Saturday Night Live. Quack, quack. In contrast, Batman focuses only on the issues, and is so boring he even makes Chief O'Hara fall asleep. While Batman would obviously be the better mayor, the Penguin's tricks make him the leader in the polls, and he even comments that he finally gets to use all of his dirty tricks, but because he's in politics, now they're legal. When you see a picture of Batman in the newspapers, who's he with? Criminals. Or as my pictures always show me surrounded by whom? By the police. I am an associate of the law. Burgess really gets to show off his comedy skills in this one. Most political satires lose some steam after 50 years, but today this one is even more on the nose, and is the perfect number 2. Now for our number 1 Penguin episode. If you disagree, it might ruffle your feathers. It is the second season 2-parter, The Penguin's Nest, The Bird's Last Jest. The Penguin opens up his own restaurant called The Penguin's Nest, but has his customers write out their orders so that he could have a sample of their handwriting. Then, the Penguin tries to get arrested so that he can meet up with Ballpoint Baxter in prison, so that the two of them can have a joint forgery scheme. Incidentally, Ballpoint is played by Batman writer Stanley Ralph Ross. This is the perfect Penguin episode. Once again, they use the Penguin motif of him hobnobbing with high society, because his restaurant is for millionaires only. However, instead of him pretending to go straight, which has already been done twice, this time he goes out of his way to commit crimes to try to get arrested. Along with breaking the mold, this episode also has the perfect balance of comedy and drama. The comedy is great, with plenty of jokes. Penguin and Batman always have great chemistry together, with Batman showing utter disgust for the Penguin. And there's even a window cameo by Ted Cassidy as Lurch from the Addams Family. However, the drama is high too. Bringing a sense of danger to this episode, the Penguin's gang use machine guns against Batman and Robin. His mole Chickadee points the gun at Chief O'Hara and even at Harriet. And the Penguin tries to bake Alfred in a pie. Hello, this is Penguin. Penguin. Penguin, you! Careful, you're Dick Grayson. You mean the Penguin? The famous criminal I've read so much about? That's who I mean, Dickie boy. And you better tell your guardian, Mr. Wayne, that if he wants to see Alfred alive, he better get home fast. Quack, quack. Along with the comedy and drama, the characters in the Penguins gang are fleshed out and really give Burgess Meredith someone to play off of. First, there's Chickadee. She's a cheery and ditzy bombshell, but also very sinister, and even threatens to blow Aunt Harriet's brains out, making her one of the most evil moles on the show. Then there's the charming and sneaky Matey D, played by veteran character actor Vito Scotti. And finally, there's the quiet and large Cordy Blue. This episode was actually the first film for the second season, but with the first season ending with the Penguin and then the movie, they decided to air it months later. But I think this would have been a great opener, because it is the #1 Penguin episode. I hope you've enjoyed your look at the master of criminal umbrellas. So, thank you for watching Dusty Old Movies, and have a quack quack kind of day.